everyone. Happy Tuesday. Welcome. Hey, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Welcome. Welcome. Hold on for 1 second, guys. Mhm. Okay. I hope everybody is having had a good weekend. I always feel like it's so good coming in here on Tuesday and speaking about everybody's week and how you guys did, and it's good coming off of the weekend. Okay, so let's see, who do we have here tonight? Hey Gary, hey Christopher, and Christopher, heck no to the roaches. So Christopher sent me an article that they're paying like $2,000 to for 100 roaches to be like loaded into your home. And I'm like, oh heck no. Nope, 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 nope. I think it was like a pest control company, right, Christopher? I think. So okay. Hey Robbie, how are you? Hey, work in progress. Hey Cynthia, how are you? Well, stay safe if you are working. Hey Lisa, how are you? And welcome. Ah, so I was right. Oh, yeah, no. It just like gives me the creeps just even thinking about that. But to your point, $2,000 is good money. I'm sure they can find someone out there that would actually do that, but that would not be me. So let me know, guys. Would you actually get paid $2,000 if you let someone release roaches in your home? Just curious. Would anybody else do that? Because, yeah, I wouldn't. Hey, DoorDash Revolution, how are you? Hey, Thomas, how are you? I don't know whether I said hi to Thomas before, but I saw his name. Thank you, Robbie. Kindness is always free. I feel like it goes such a long way, and it's funny because I had a lady the other day, actually just yesterday. I had like a whole box of food from like an Italian restaurant that they gave me, and she opened up the door and she goes, "Oh, I did my good deed for today." And I said, "Oh, kindness is always free. Thank you." So Tracy, you wouldn't do it? Yeah, I wouldn't do it either. Ugh. What happens if they set them free in your house, but what happens if they don't catch them all? I know it's part of an extermination project, but what happens if they don't catch them all and then you have roaches in your home? Oh, no. Like, no, 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 no. Haley, how are you? Good Tuesday. Good. I'm glad everybody is having a good Tuesday. Okay, so let's talk about the week before I do that. Hold on. Just in case anybody wants to join me tonight. Hey Anthony, how are you? So there's the link in case anybody wants to join me tonight. Okay, so hey Josh B, how are you? So I feel like an interesting week this week. It wasn't all about grocery delivery. It wasn't all about food delivery. I kind of mixed everything all together into 1 week. Hey Dana, how are you? And it was just an interesting week. I feel like I'm always experimenting with the apps, and I think the one reason why I love doing what we do is there really is there's no day that's ever the same, no app that performs the same every single day. And I feel like Spark is my baby, but I noticed in my area that grocery delivery has really ramped up in my area opposed to like shop in deliver. So a lot of it this week was a lot of grocery pickup, a very few shop and delivers here or there. And then I just felt like doing food delivery. And with me in my market, food delivery really ramps up on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And um yeah, like yeah, it was just I felt like this weekend was like a food delivery weekend with like a sparkle of spark. No pun intended. Well, actually, the pun was kind of intended, but there was like a little bit of shift in there, a little bit of spark in there. But this weekend was a lot of food delivery, and I feel like my week and sometimes like my day kind of also depends on my mood, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I'm sure someone can relate out there. There are some days I just don't um, I just don't feel like doing like grocery delivery and I'll go to food delivery. And there's some days I don't feel like doing food delivery and I'll just do grocery delivery. So a lot of the stuff that I've been doing, hey Megan, how are you? Really depends sometimes on just the day and how I'm feeling and whether I really feel like doing food delivery versus hey pull my gig, how are you? Um, versus kind of what's going on in my week. And I feel, hey, Robert, how are you? I feel like a lot of my week this week was just kind of all all jumbled together, and I feel like it was kind of equality for all apps. And I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I have so many apps now. I kind of never know what direction I'm going in just because like I really believe in literally turning them all on and seeing where my day is going to go, and I never know whether it's going to turn right, turn left, up, down, in between, and I never know where my apps are going to take me for the day, which is kind of fun. But I feel like sometimes it kind of is a little all over the place at the same time. And my Walmart and my Target are not like literally a mile or 2 miles away from, where I work and where I live. I literally have to travel, 8 to 10 miles to get to Target and Walmart. So I feel like a lot of my day sometimes is going like back and forth between Walmart, Target, my area. And but the good thing is, hey Steve, how are you? But what I've learned, and I'm sure we can all talk about this, and we can probably make hey Lisa, how are you? We can probably make the whole live about this tonight, which I don't want to, but with gas prices the way they are, granted, I did see a decrease in gas today, so I was actually really excited about that. I actually, not that it was a lot, I saw like a 3 cents to 5 cent decrease in my area. It's still freaking high as a whole get out in my area. I'm sure it's high in almost everybody's area, but man, I've just been being very cautious and conscious of the orders I'm taking. If they're Walmart orders, they're, low miles. If they're, DoorDash or Uber Eats or Grubhub, they are low miles. And if they're not low miles, that the dollar amount really, really has to equal the miles. So that's kind of where I've been for, this past week and what my week has, currently really looked like. So Josh, you said maybe go to the beach, maybe New York or Pennsylvania. You never know where your app will take you. You never know. Like I feel like the world is your oyster. Is that what they say? I can be at the beach one one moment and showing you guys the crashing waves, and I can go closer to a city area the next minute. Yeah, you really don't know what direction they're gonna take you. It's just making sure they don't take you too far, so that way you're not wasting the gas kind of going to where you need to do. So, Thomas, you say Target has been really good yesterday for Shipt. Good. I had some really decent Shipt orders Last week, and I had some not so good shipped orders last week. I'm not gonna, sugarcoat anything. There was a bonus on Saturday. I think it was my first bonus I actually ever completed with Shipt, and it was 3 deliver only, and you got $20. So I completed that on Sunday for my very first bonus on Shipt. But I was really trying to work with Shipt, especially their shop and deliver, because I really wanted to really compare, Walmart to Target, and me personally, what I like better, what I didn't like better, what are some of the things I really like, what are things I don't like. So I was doing a couple of shop and delivers, and granted, the shop and deliver I did was $21 base pay. So I'm like, okay, good. It was 45 items. Just so happened to be that this fantastic customer, hey, Butt Soda, how are you? This fantastic customer kept adding as I was shopping, which is fine. Hey, Ashley, how are you? Um, it was fine, but a lot of her stuff also had substitutions, and it had a lot of like toddler clothing and little girl clothing, and I felt like it ended up taking me like forever. So the subtotal on her order was $398, and I delivered it, and they were happy, and they gave me 5 stars. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be really good. And to this day, I still never received a tip, and that was last Wednesday. So uh, I will say that's my only, downfall. I felt like I did a lot of work for this customer, and yeah, no reward, no reward for it at the end. So that was kind of like my not so good shipped order this past week. But other than that, I had some, really decent shipped orders. A lot of their base pays are pretty equivalent um, to Walmart orders as far as base pay. So, I'll take that as definitely a positive. So I'm hoping everybody else had a good week. I can't wait for you guys to also share your week as well. So anyway, so that was kind of like my ship, my ship week. Minus, hey Tony, how are you? I'm glad you're here too, Tony. So that was kind of my bad ship experience, but good ship experiences. I will say I've done a lot of ShopRite. Because I have lots of ShopRites. If you don't know what ShopRite is, it's a food, local grocery store around me, just a little grocery, pick up and drop off. And they've been like super easy. And every time I've gone early, and they've been ready. They have my cart ready that they just literally hand you a cart. Um, you load it into your car and deliver. So I feel like it's kind of like food delivery for grocery delivery without the wait time that you would wait for your Walmart order. So I actually really don't mind doing those just because they've been really easy to do. So Anthony said, getting back in the groove after trip to Arizona. Nice. Hopefully you had a fantastic trip. Hopefully it was a vacation for you. Um, so yeah. So delivering with Carrie. I started Shipt again in ShopRite, DoorDash, and Shop. Oh, fantastic! I hope you're enjoying Shipt again. Like I said, I feel like I'm just getting into the groove of Shipt. I feel like I'm kind of just scratching the surface. I am not a pro by any means at this point whatsoever. But I feel like I am learning it as I'm going, and, making mistakes along the way as I go as well. Okay, so Christopher, you said I always remind the customer to check the email for final receipt and it reminds them to tip and rate. Ooh, very good point. I did do that on a couple of my customers this past week. I don't know whether it helped or not, but we'll see. I guess it didn't really help. I did do it on the customer I was talking about. Cam, I got a $20 tip on a $7 shipped order earlier. Oh, good for you, Thomas. That's actually really awesome. I did oops, sorry. I also did a deliver only for Best Buy last week, and I know Dr. Pepper time. Thanks, Robert. um, and the customer, because I was so communicative with the customer, I got to the house and I went to go deliver it to the husband. And he's like, "Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. I have no idea what was in the package because it was a sealed package." And the wife comes like literally sprinting out after me, "Stop!" And I'm like, "Oh God, what did I do?" Like I thought I did something wrong. And yeah, she gave me a $20 cash tip. She goes, "I didn't realize this was like a personal shopping experience. So here you go." So like, thank you so very much. So it was really nice of a customer to do that. So perfect placement for the fridge. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Steve, from Rideshare Rodeo. My gift from Steve. So thank you, Steve. It's getting put to very good use, but I love it to pieces. So Diana said, "How long did it take you to get approved? I did everything and it's been radio silence. Can't even get into the website." Mine only took, I want to say, 48 to 72 hours. But I know I've been getting some feedback from you guys that it's been taking a little while. So the only thing I can suggest to me is maybe call. I'm assuming you're talking about Walmart Spark. I'm assuming if it ships, it's another thing. Um, but if you're talking about Spark, call support. I would say the same thing with Shipt if it's shipped too, but call support and just kind of inquire about your application status. One thing I love about Spark, I will say, I really like their support. I really feel like you get in contact with somebody almost like immediately. Yes, some of them are scripted just like all the other ones, but um I feel like they are actually responsive and understand what you are trying to say and communicate with them, and they always have a solution to your problem. Anybody else who does Spark, let me know what you think of their support. I think they're pretty fantastic for support with Walmart Spark in my area or in Spark in general. So I would definitely reach out to them if it's been radio silence for a while, just to kind of always say it never hurts to call. Where are they going to tell you? No, it's going to take a couple more days or a couple more minutes. You never know what they're going to say. So Ashley, you said, sorry, mine took a week for shipped and Amazon Flex took 5 months. Holy moly, that's a really long time. And that's another thing. I saw a couple of you guys um, asked me about Amazon Flex last week. Um, if I can get on to Flex, if I thought about Amazon Flex, I wish I can get on to Amazon Flex. I've been on a wait list for Amazon Flex for 5 or 6 months now, and it's killing me because they haven't opened it up yet. But there is a warehouse, an Amazon warehouse opening literally right across the street from my Walmart. So I'm dying for them to open that. Maybe they'll open up jobs with Amazon Flex in my area and I can finally get on to Amazon Flex. So, Thomas, you said, I loved your Sparkin versus Ship video. Thank you. I just had a day. I really wanted to see how like Shipped and Sparked work together. Was it possible timing wise? Because I feel like the timing of both of those are really important. Um, and I, just because the round, at least in my area with Spark, the round robins. Hey, Mr. Eclectic, how are you? The round robins start the 20th of the hour. I feel And like with Shipt, sometimes you have to get to, for some of the good orders, you kind of have to schedule a couple of them like ahead of time so they're already like in your orders to be done. So I wanted to see if it was actually possible to, with timing wise, to marry both of them together. And I actually did. I was very strategic on how to how to do that. As far as the timing wise of Shipt, I really just scheduled a couple shifts and then kind of worked my Spark around Shipt in the ones that I actually had scheduled. And then there was only like a couple of times that I actually had downtime. And I think I did like an Uber Eats, like a $6 Uber Eats in between like the couple minutes I had the downtime. And then what really worked well with those two marrying together, not so much Spark with Shipt. You can do some of them early, and I was able to do some of them early, complete them early, and then move on to Spark as well. So I was actually pleasantly surprised on how well that, I'll say, that day, because not every day is going to work in my favor. But I feel like they actually that day worked really well together. So we'll say. Yeah, so your delivery care, you said they're good compared to other apps. You're waiting on Flex too. Maybe it's a New Jersey thing. Are we all are we all waiting on Amazon Flex? So Thomas, you're waiting on Flex too. Wait months for 7 months. So I'm not the only one. Ugh, frustrating. I really want to do it just because it'd be like a nice added arsenal to my mix. So yeah. So, Steve, well, next week I'm joining your Tuesday. Oh, yay, Steve. I would love that. Tonight, the Rare Tuesday live after yours. Okay, with the Long Island Dash experience. But next week I'm joining up. Fantastic. I can't wait for you to be there. And then Steve has a live tonight at 9 o'clock. So, yay for Steve. That's awesome. Picker Rick One Spark support is awesome. I called DDI Delivering Drivers Incorporated. They have a wait list now here in North Carolina. I feel like Spark in this past, and maybe it's just me, I feel like this past week a lot of people have signed up for Spark, and I'm hearing a lot of people, there's wait lists or they're getting filled up really, really quickly. So it's interesting that you would actually see it. So interesting. So Diane, no, it's Shipt and they keep pushing around. Thank you. You're one of my favorites. Oh, thank you. Your kindness is great. Thank you. You're the queen. Oh, that's so incredibly sweet, Diane. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I anytime if I can give anybody advice, if you're on a wait list or if you're not getting like a response electronically, call support. I always feel like you have nothing to lose. When I was on, I feel like the forever wait list of Grubhub, I was on the Grubhub wait list for a year and a half, and I forget, one of you guys actually told me be persistent with them, like just literally hound them and hound them and hound them. And for 2 weeks straight, there's actually a form, just FYI, you can fill out for Grubhub to ask what your application status is. And I literally sent that form in every day for 2 weeks. And then they actually had a Facebook post on Facebook and it says, we're hiring, sign up for Grubhub. So I actually put a comment saying, how can you be hiring if I've been on a wait list for a year and a half? And someone in like messaged me right away on Facebook and they took all my information and then I didn't hear anything. I'm like, oh, that went off on deaf ears. And then like a week later, they approved me for Grubhub. So be persistent. That's the only thing I can say. I feel like persistence really pays when it comes to getting onto a lot of these apps. Just because I feel like they have such a large amount of applicants. I feel like I'm just one of many applicants sometimes when you sign up for a lot of these apps. So Christopher, their chat platform has allowed child. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good at all. Oh, that's horrible. So their chat forum is under investigation for it. That's crazy. Um, okay, so call. Definitely call. Don't chat. So call for support. According to Christopher, that's horrible. Oh, thank you so much, Thomas. Cheers. Yes, Dash Theory TV. He's very great with Shipt. It's like I feel like it's his baby. So yes, he has some really good videos. When I was doing some, like when I was thinking about doing Shipt, and between Christopher and Dash Theory TV, they kind of got me through some of the basics as far as Shipt is concerned. Oh. Okay, so Cynthia, Kim, I had a shop order today with Spark, and the app would not let me scan a produce item the customer wanted. It said to input the information, but could not figure out how. How do you do it? So when you're in an order and you will go to scan it, in the top right hand corner it says help, or there's like a question mark. You hit that and you say can't scan barcode, and then you can actually, what I do is I kind of cheat a little bit, but it's not cheating because it's the right item. In my notes on my phone, I type the UPC and then I copy and paste it, because you can actually hand enter the UPC in for produce. If you hit that little like question mark where I think it says help, you can say hand enter in, or manually type in the UPC, and it actually takes it. So it's just a kind of a workaround of getting a UPC. I had to do that with corn the other day, because they said to scan corn, and there was no barcode on any of the corn. So I just copied the UPC and then input it where it said to put in the UPC. Oh. Hey, Bud Soda, how are you?
All right. Well, I can't get my Bluetooth working for some reason. It's really annoying. I don't know. StreamYard loves to do that. I'm gonna guess on both phones it's gonna do that from now on. So I'm gonna have to get a wired headset, I guess. Um, I'm back on post. It's a little slow right now. I wasted an hour today, but I had to wait for my roommate's sister to get home, so I take him to our house. Well, otherwise, been a decent day. I started off with a banger catering order, like 38 change. I had
Nice.
a banger spark for 38 bucks. It was some miles though. It's just somewhere no one wants. People don't want to go, but it's all highway. So yeah, I'm gonna grab that instead of fighting through
Good.
traffic in the city. I'm stuck in the pickup. If you can't tell, I'm in the truck. My freaking ball joint broke on my car.
What broke on your car?
Ball joint. I can't even steer it.
Oh, that
Yeah, so
stinks.
here I am paying $5 gallon gas prices in a
Ouch.
pickup. Well,
That
I've already
hurts.
spent 300 on the front end kit. I got to spend another 300 to fix it. Then I got to pay another $120 to get it aligned. Wish they had that
Oh,
advanced thing here. Everyone's like, "Oh, I wouldn't do it." And it's like, well, it's nice to have. You need it. The reason I'm so broke, even though I was making good money, is because I wasn't for 2 months solid. I couldn't get on the military base, and the city is so oversaturated. There are like 4 times too many drivers than there should be. It seems like they let on for everyone that fell off when the gas prices started going up before they did the incentives. They let on 4 extra drivers, and all platforms. It's freaking nuts. So I'm praying to hold on another month here. A bunch of troops are going to PCS in. Like 500 troops are coming. That's what I've heard. Can't be official on that because it's an open secret. And
that
half
you're
these
showing
drivers
this
are sick
now,
of it. They'll
30,
fall
how many
off,
people
and
here?
I'll get all the orders.
That's weird, because didn't you say you had to have military clearance, you said, in order to deliver on the base?
Yeah. New York State was messing with me, so I couldn't go on because of that. I'm not going to publicly say that on the internet. I don't want to be deactivated.
Gotcha.
um,
Gotcha.
Enough near, if anyone's been to a DMV and had a headache, just imagine the worst one possible. That's what I was dealing with. Paperwork snafus. They said I was fine, and they're like, no, you need to get this other one refilled out again, even though you went to this other, to an optometrist and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you got to be freaking kidding me. This is a giant headache. Like, an eye doctor's word's not good enough?
Crazy.
I must have missed a girl. Oh, well.
So are you having a better week this week than last week? Because I know last week you said you were, your week was like, ugh.
I'm averaging $19 today. I'm averaging around 17, 18 a day. I mean, a lot of that you can say is self-inflicted because I'm not going to take a $6 for 4.5 miles. Not doing it.
Right.
Unless I'm already on the military base and it's going to like these apartments over here that I'm next to, and there's one back of the Walmart here. So, I still do the trash to gold, but if I'm already sitting at the merchants where the merchants are, I'm not going to take an order just to take it. It's got to be worth my miles. Do it. Especially in this. I'm up to 19.1 because I did take some highway miles orders. I took a 10-mile order. I took a 20-mile order. I took a 12-mile order. So if the money's there, I'll do it. It's got to be worth it, though. Like, you call it your chunks of change there.
Yeah. I feel like whenever you get an order, like, I'll say like 17 to like 30 something dollars, like, I feel like that's why I call it my chunks of change, because when you have lofty goals, I feel like, okay, that took like a chunk out of your day and it got you closer to your goal. That's why I say like a lot of these orders are like a good chunk of change, because I'm like, okay, it gets me, that much closer to my goal than like a $5 order or a $7 order or something you would do with like a smaller order. The smaller orders add up. I feel like sometimes they're a little annoying because you have to do 4 of them to get the same amount of money that you would do some of like your bigger orders.
Yeah, my last order was at $8 for 5 miles. It didn't go up, but like I was willing to gamble on that. I mean, so if it pays out a little more, I'll take a good gamble on it where I won't be overly disappointed. What I was doing when I was stuck in the city and couldn't get on the military base, I take all the ones to Dexter's and Sackett's Harbor, or toward going the other side of the city toward Carthage area that no one wanted. If you saw my map, I'll send you a screenshot sometime. My zone is giant, and I work a little tiny strip of it. Well, I have a video on my channel about it if anyone wants to check it out. Like I describe it. And there's like this little tiny strip beside the Fort Drum zone that I actually work. That's like where I am the majority of the time. But I'll just go anywhere as long as the money's right. So I'm not afraid of it. I don't have feeling that I'm going to get tip baited because a lot of that order earlier was tip. But this notification. I thought it was DoorDash. I really feel that I'm not going to have to worry about that though. Like if it's paying $12 to go 8 miles, I'll do it. Like double-digit orders, I'll take more risk on, especially if it's all highway miles. Now, if it went all the way across the city during the daytime, better be paying me at least $15 plus, because cutting through the city is a pain. I know most of the side streets, but even then, you're dealing with every single dang traffic light. I can avoid the square, but that's about it, and then that's adding a extra half mile or mile on my trip because I have to go around that area, because if not, I'm stuck in gridlock.
Yeah. Josh B said, I bet my zone is bigger. So I think he's challenging you to your zone coverage.
Josh, go look at my video. Go look at my video. They actually expanded it again, I think, since. Maybe I need to update it. It's like I'm go all the way from Lake Ontario all the way to a town called Carthage, to the south part of Watertown, all the way up to Northern Evans Mills here, which is by the military base. There's 2 restaurants down there. One I only go to. One has me blacklisted, but I occasionally still see their orders, but they're absolutely awful, and I blacklisted them anyway. But I hate to bash local businesses, but looks like
Yeah.
they hadn't cleaned anything since the pandemic. It was all dusty and gross in there.
Thomas
Yeah,
got the
I'm on Shipt, but Shipt is not in my area. It's in Lisa's area, right here, Lisa's area, but she's not on it. Oh, I got someone coming up here.
So you're on Shipt?
Yes, I'm on Shipt, but I haven't worked it yet.
How? Get on it, bud. Soda, come on.
I can't. It's in Syracuse. I'm not going to drive to pick up the Syracuse.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I wish Shipt would come here to Watertown. Here's one of my fellow drivers over here that I get along with. Say hi, Harold.
Hi. Hi.
Kim said hi. But I'll take care.
Have a good night.
Yeah, I'll try. Hopefully, the orders start coming in. He's given up, but the good Mexican restaurant's the hot spot in the city. But if they're that busy, you'd be waiting a while. I'm just wondering if let's try to play my audio again here. Nope. But anyways, what I was trying to say is I want to do Shipt, and I'm gonna do it once I take my trip to St. Louis. I'm gonna activate myself and just start doing stuff along the way. And I'll definitely stop in Syracuse Market. And
That'd be awesome.
Keep along my travels.
Yeah, let us know how you make it. I'm just curious.
I've never switched areas on Grubhub, and I'm very nervous about doing it. Do they not let you back in the other area once you switch areas? Do you know?
So I've only switched Grubhub once, and it's because when I signed up for Grubhub, they put me in the wrong area. They put me in an area like a mile north of where I normally deliver. So I had emailed them my address, and I had to fill out a form that I was put in the wrong area. And within 2 hours, they changed me to the correct area, but they went according to my address, which I'm thinking, why didn't they just do that to begin with? Which I thought was weird. But I've never switched, obviously, since then. So I don't know what it takes to do it without having your address involved in it, if that makes any sense.
I might. I want to be able to work Grubhub while I'm traveling, but at the same time, I don't want to risk losing my spot in this area because it is very competitive. The wait list times here are very long. I just wish I knew someone who had switched back and forth before, and whether it's just as simple as doing it on Spark is super easy. I know you can just switch your area super quick.
And say Spark is just a matter of finding the zip code that you want to go to and switching your area. They don't question what area. I believe I haven't tried it yet, but it looks pretty easy according to the app. But I've never switched the zone before. But I personally, I wouldn't mess with Grubhub just because I know how particular they are about who's in what zone and getting them back in and wait lists and all that fun stuff. I don't know whether I would really mess with Grubhub too much. So that's just my opinion.
Yes. Speaking of Grubhub, I keep putting this off.
So Thomas said DoorDash is still strong around him for the summer. DoorDash has been kicking butt in my area again. Like I said, I've been doing food delivery Friday, Saturday, and Sunday just because, my market dictates a lot of food delivery on the weekend just because of where I'm at. And there's a really good orders coming from DoorDash. Granted, there's been a lot of bad orders too. And I said this, I think, a couple weeks ago or even last week. I feel like you have to get through all of the crap before you get to the good orders. So it's like decline. Oh, there's a good order. Decline. Oh,
you gotta join Team Android over here and get the utility helper apps. Come on, you gotta get on Gary's apps.
I know. I keep telling him every day, not every day, but I keep texting him, yes, I'm going to get an Android. Yes, I just have to break down and actually go and do it so I can get the Dot app and the Maximo. I have to do it. And if anybody is out there, I don't know where Gary was here earlier in the chat, but if everybody doesn't know what the Dot app and Maximo app is, and you have an Android, get it, because it's a utility helper. And it really helps you navigate through a lot of the crap orders.
Can someone put the websites that you download them on in the chat, please? That would be very helpful. If you're on Android and you do this at least 30 hours a week, like if you do gig work 30 hours a week or you do it full time, it's definitely worth the money just to pay the yearly subscription. Maximo gives you a 14-day free trial. There is a free version of Duh, but it doesn't come with auto decline and it doesn't come with one button decline, which are the two big features I love the most. But there's lots of filters you can play with and mess around with. Like I got mine turned way down, and just the minimum dollar amount the offer has to be, because if I'm out of area and they send me something, I'm willing to take less than $1 a mile to keep cash flowing. But I haven't been that fortunate lately, so I'll take what I can get. It's all right.
Yeah, so delivering with Carrie L. She's in North Jersey. She said Grubhub is the worst in my area, but I leave it open. So it's the worst in my Grubhub is the worst app out of all the apps that I have, but I leave it on all the time. Like I don't even turn it off because I'll be honest, I really don't care about their acceptance rate. So I just leave it on. And I wait for like that really good Grubhub order to come on, and that's what I use Grubhub for.
Or when, let's say your Spark took you a little further away than you like, and Grubhub's going to be that one that's going to send you that long miles order that's going to pull you back up from where you want to be.
Yeah. So Thomas said, I know Thomas said he's still iPhone. Sorry, so am I, Thomas. I really need to get on the Android. I honestly at this point I think I need 2 phones anyway, just because of YouTube purposes. So it wouldn't hurt to have 2 phones at this point. So if I get 2 phones, I'm gonna get an
Flex and do Mr. Flex and do a ride along or a shipped order or
and I want to keep evolving my channel, and I've always wanted to do ride-alongs with everybody coming along with me at some point. So I have to do it in order to evolve to that point with my channel. But I really want to do it at some point. Not as long as Flex, because Flex goes forever. It seems like I would only do it for a short amount of time. But yeah.
I've only had one order on Grubhub all day. I could have grabbed the $11 one while I was on my way to my last order, but I probably would have been late on it, and I don't like to be late on Grubhub, and it was for Subway, and Subway here is extremely quick. So, but otherwise, I mean, even if you just get one order a day, one order a week, like Instacart is, I know Steve don't like it if he's in the chat, but it's my go-to background app because you never know what you're going to see. Of course, when they put out a $50 order, I can't do it. I'm doing something else, and it's like,
Doesn't that kill you?
Someone snapped it right up. I'll tell you that. It wasn't there a minute.
I know. I was tempted. I said I would never do. I came close. I said I would never do a batched order on Spark ever again, because if I ever did one, it would have to be worth the time, the money, and miles that go into doing a stacked order on Spark. And I came close. It was a $69 batched order, 12 deliveries, but it was 36 miles.
It depends where it lands you.
I know.
And I mean, the miles to money on that's great.
Yeah.
And $70 is hard to ignore of guaranteed money. I've seen a $60 one once, and it got snagged just before I could hit accept. I didn't care if I was late on that one.
Well, let's open it up.
It takes forever to come out to you anyway.
So let's open it up. People in the
I
chat,
like.
would you have taken that order? So it was $69.
Oh, hell
It was
yeah.
36 miles, and it was 12 orders. Would you have taken that
All day.
order? I'm just curious.
All day. I need guaranteed earnings in my market. I need guaranteed. There's no tip baiting on batched orders because there's no tips on them. And you might get lucky and one customer will see you, even if it's leave it door, and like, oh, it won't let me tip in the app, but you got Cash App or something, boom, right there, or they'll give you cash. It's rare, but it happens.
Yeah, so
just like
Daphne
on the
said
food
I would
delivery.
have passed up. Daphne said I would have passed on that one.
So Lisa and I were having this debate earlier on the members only stream for UDM, the voice chat. Like that's just the thing is like if it depends on your market. Like your market, you could probably stay busy or doing something else, or you have a decent enough spark that's already there. Or you have Grubhub, DoorDash, and Uber Eats. Like we don't have our markets are way oversaturated. We don't have that option. Oh, you got point pickup and ship too. So it's like it's the amount of options you have. Like I don't have as many options. I have Roadie, but there's barely anything that ever comes up. And it seems like whenever there is a really good order is right when I'm away. It's like the minute I'm away more than 30 miles out of a certain area, then I see a wonderful order up here. It's like, why couldn't you do that earlier?
Yeah, I think for me, I would. First of all, it was like 1:00 in the afternoon, and
Oh no, not worth it for you.
it was like smack in the middle of the day. If it was towards the end of my day and I was close to making my day, I probably would have taken it because it would be guaranteed to make my day plus add more onto my day. But it was literally right smack in the middle of the afternoon,
Yeah,
and I'm
one
like,
o'clock still your lunch, so like
this would
2
have
to
been
4
like
p.m.
prime. Yeah, it would have been prime time food delivery. And, with me, like I have to be home at a certain point because, being a mom and stuff like that. So like I couldn't have done it. So it's interesting if you guys would have done it or wouldn't have not done it. So Stephen John says hard pass on that for me.
So so I took 16 order stop for $58 for 42 and a half miles. That's the biggest one I've ever done. It didn't give me much trouble. It took me about an hour and a half. It it started over at this Walmart next to me, and well, okay, you can't see me pointing, but that's Walmart over there. And it took me up to Philadelphia, and then it took me kind of down and around through Evans Mills, through the city of Watertown, over to Dexter, back into Watertown a little bit, and then to basically the town line of Adams and Watertown. And I was about 5 miles from where the merchants are. So I'm like guaranteed money when I'm not making nothing. Heck yeah, I'm gonna do it all day. And I've only ever had trouble with one batched order. Um, like while I was actually doing it, because one was a hand to me, and it's a pain in the butt on hand to me's on Spark because you can't just overwrite it like you can the other apps and just leave it at the door. They have to sign for it. And the person wasn't answering text, wasn't answering the call, didn't answer support. I could hear their TV going, and I'm pretty sure they're home. They're probably just passed out in their recliner. So that sucked. And then when I bought the item back, they gave me grief. Why didn't you deliver it? Like I had 4 people come out. Why didn't you deliver it? I couldn't. The app told me to bring it back. Support told me to bring it back, so I can't do anything with it. They're like, well, we've already deployed that one 3 times and we can't deliver it. I'm like,
well,
probably
hello.
because the guy has it as a hand to me. He never answers his door.
Well, he's never going to get his package. I'm telling you,
like
I had that this week. I had to do 2 return orders on Spark, and it is the biggest. I'll have to say I think one of the things, like the downfalls of doing Spark, at least in my opinion, like it is just a pain pain in the butt to return it back to the store. My worst one was on a stacked order. It was the very last. First of all, I felt like I was on a stacked order from you know where, just because I felt like every order I did was going to apartment with freaking call boxes. It was so annoying.
Oof.
And then I finally got
Yeah,
to the last one of the drop. I'm like, oh, finally, this is over with. And there was no way to get to the apartment because, once again, the door was locked and no call box. And then after all that, I had to return it back to the store. It was just
then your miles add more, and they don't really get. They say they give you a reimbursement. I think they gave me $250 or something. It was like two something for going back to the store. And it's like it's not even worth it. That is the gamble with those. So like,
yeah,
I do recommend trying them if they're huge payouts. Let's say it's 2 PM, and you see a $70 one like that again. I'd say give it a shot. Try to look at the map. I know Sparks map's hard to read. It's harder than Grubhub's. But try to like look where they're going and see if you think that's where apartments are. If you think it's majority apartment buildings, yeah, don't let it go. But if it's more residentials where you know it's just houses, then go ahead, go for it.
Yeah. So Thomas said the last
Took me
Spark
almost 3 hours. Oh my gosh.
I felt like $2 when I was finished. I could understand that, Thomas. I'm telling you, maybe it's my like attention span. I just feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm in school. Like my attention span, I was going to say a bad word, stinks. When it comes to doing these orders, maybe because like I'm so like food delivery minded still. Like I still feel like I'm like, okay, go, 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 go. And then like they take forever. And I'm like, oh my God, this is like an order that like never ends. Maybe I wouldn't be good at Amazon Flex because I would feel like it's an order that never ends. I don't know.
That's how Amazon Flex works. It's basically like batched orders. You can organize it a little more because it's even more stops usually. So you can look up the road names, and if you know your area really really well, you can do that well. But if you have Amazon Flex in your area and you got like majority apartments, you might want to stay away. I think UDM's more fortunate that he's out in more residential areas, you know.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Delivering with Ellen. How are you? Hey, Monique Milner. How are you? Couple people joined in. Oh, Gary, you're here. I was just plugging the app, the Maximo, and if anybody had Android to use it. So I couldn't go in and do it just because I'm here. So if you wanted to put your link to Maximo and the app, feel free to do that because I couldn't do that yet. And hey, Shanta, how are you? So yeah. Those are kind of our new people.
So have you, now that you're doing Shipt, have you turned Instacart on at all just to see what the offers are?
I turn it on. I haven't seen anything worth taking. I think now that maybe I'm spoiled because of Spark and because of Shipt. Like I look at those orders and then I look at Instacart and I'm like, why would anybody do Instacart orders when you have Spark and Shipt giving like almost twice the amount that Instacart is offering?
Well, I got my usual pizza, guys. $11 order. But what was I gonna say? Is like I just feel like if you see a $50 triple, they can be a nightmare. But if you see it and it's 3 PM and it's been a slow day, just give it a shot. As long as it's not like 100 items or something crazy. If it's like 75 units around there, manageable, give it a shot. Like, are you good with wholesale stores? Like, have you shopped Costco or Sam's Club for yourself in the past?
No,
No.
I've been very limited to Walmart, now Target, and I've done Acme. Those are like the three stores I've done. I'll be honest, I guess that's why I said, I don't know if you heard me in the beginning, is I am not a shopper. Like, even my own food delivery, like I hate grocery shopping. So there are days, I'm not gonna lie, that I'm like, I just don't want to do grocery shopping or grocery delivery today. And I usually just do food delivery just because I feel like my patience is thin sometimes when it comes to grocery shopping. But I always say you'll be amazed what you do when it comes to money and dollar amounts. It makes you do shop and delivers all day long when you see some of the payouts.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. Is that if the payouts are good, you'll do that. Shipt is more of a long game. You want to get your customers who prefer you, and then when they put in an order and you get a notification, you kind of want to finish up what you're doing and go do that, because they those customers who prefer you usually tip.
Yeah. So Josh says Instacart has been trash lately.
I think people think it's all trash because it's in your face. All the trash orders are in your face. Unlike DoorDash, you decline it, it's off your screen in 5 seconds. You know? And if you have the utility helper app, it's off even faster. It's out of your hair.
Yeah.
So it gets a little aggravating because it's sitting there taunting you.
Yeah. I just want to say hi, Henry Smith. How are you? Thank you for joining us tonight. I just saw him pop in there.
But all right, guys, I'll let you go. It's been good talking to you, Kim.
Bye, Bud Soda. I'll see you. I'll talk to you during the week.
Yeah, sure thing. Bye-bye.
Okay, so just real quick, I'm going to take a sip of my Dr. Pepper. If you guys haven't done it already, take a minute. If you can, give this live a thumbs up. Is the best way to help me support this live, and one of the best ways to help me support my channel as well. So if you haven't done it, I see 39 people here right now. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me right now if you can. So Steven, you said I'm on the wait list for Curry and going on to signing for Dispatch. Can't wait to see how those go. Interesting. I know a lot of people are on a wait list for Curry, so I'm interested to see how you make out with Curry. So delivering with the offers I'm getting on Walmart with Uber Eats is ridiculous. Are you getting those crazy batched orders that Uber Eats has been giving out? Because I know Uber Eats has been doing a lot of the batched orders that a lot of the Spark drivers don't want to take, and it usually gets pushed over to Uber Eats. So it's interesting that a lot of those orders are going over to Uber Eats. So Chagong, in my area, Spark has almost a 90-minute turnaround from order to order. Is that normal? Between the staff and early offers, there's a lot of waiting. I'll say it probably depends on your area and your market and your Walmart. Sometimes there's long waits at my Walmart. I don't wait any more than 10, 15 minutes because that's usually the time that you can get rid of an order without penalty. So I wouldn't, me personally, I don't wait around for orders that take me longer than that. And I usually just move on. So if you didn't know that, if you cancel the order, I always wait 15. Someone says it's 10 minutes before. I usually give it the 15 minutes. If I don't have my order in 15 minutes, I cut my losses and move on to the next order. So I'm not wasting my time, and then I'll swap over to food delivery if it's too far away from the next round robin. But that's usually how I get around like my Spark and not wasting my time with some of those orders. Hey Kat, how are you? It's easy to multi-app with Spark, Henry. Yes, I think it is easy to multi-app. When I first started with Spark, I'm not going to say I struggled. It was a little bit of a challenge just because I was trying to figure out the timing of the round robins. I couldn't quite understand the timing. Now that I know the timing, hey Mario, how are you? Now that I understand the timing of Walmart, it's a little bit better. And also, my Walmart was in a different zone, so I was learning all new restaurants in a different area. So now that I've been acquainted with my Walmart area, I'm better at multi-apping than anything else. So it's getting better for me. But yes, it is easy to multi-app if you kind of know how the round robins work. My round robin, I get asked a lot of questions about round robins. Um, from what I know, a lot of areas are the same, but I hear um, some areas are different. My round robins start at the 20 minutes after the hour. Usually the batched orders come in the half hour of the hour, so 12:30, 1:30. And then I've been noticing lately they haven't, and I don't know whether they've changed this. So if you guys do Spark and have noticed this, but I've noticed this in my area that the 20th of the hour they'll send out the grocery deliveries. They'll wait for people not to take them, and then like the 26th, the 27th of the hour, sometimes that's when they release the shop and deliver orders. So now that I kind of know the timing, I can kind of work in food delivery kind of in between the timing of Spark, and that's how I usually multi-app with Spark. Um, hey, Seth, how are you? Uber Eats has been great for me lately. Well, that's awesome, Anthony. I'm so happy. I know you were saying that Uber Eats has been rocking for you in the comments of some of the videos this past week. I'm really happy. Uber Eats, um, it's still not picking up. I was actually hoping with the summer it was going to pick up in my area because the last summer, like Uber Eats, like was rocking in my area. Like I was getting like $30 stacked orders that were becoming like $40 stacked orders. And I was making bank on Uber Eats last summer. I thought um, maybe it would turn around again with summer coming back, and it hasn't turned its corner yet. So I'm a little frustrated with Uber Eats lately. So and then also they did the timer this past week. I don't know, mine is gone already, so I don't know whether, you guys your timers have gone, but it was there for a couple of days and then it disappeared and it was arrive by making this up 6:30, arrive by 6:45. Like it was actually like a timer and it worked. A couple of guys said the timer never worked on yours. Mine was actually accurate and it actually worked. So I don't know whether they were testing it just to see what it did or how it worked, whether it's something to come. I don't know. I don't know. You almost forgot about the live stream. Well, you're here now, so you didn't forget. So welcome, Mario. Kim, is the beach area really food strong lately? Yes, it is. It is always food strong on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You will guys will probably see me do a lot of food delivery on the weekends. And usually the pattern for my area, because we have a lot of out of town people coming to the Jersey Shore for the summer, is they come in on Friday night and no one wants to cook. So usually they go to their summer homes and they order Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub because they don't feel like cooking, and then it kind of, goes from there. And then a lot of times, they want to save now on the gas, so they've been ordering on Saturdays, and then Sundays, everybody goes back, and the traffic on Sundays, Fridays, everybody's coming down. The traffic's bad. Sunday is bad because everybody's going back, and It's challenging around my area during the summer. Good money, especially on food delivery. Some really rocking orders going on. And I've even been noticing, and maybe it's because I don't know, I'm speculating and I can be completely off base on this, but I feel like there's not a lot as many drivers out, maybe because of the gas prices. I don't know. But I've been getting really good quality orders and I've been getting bigger orders. So it's it's good to see coming back. But summertime is almost like peak time for my area for food delivery. So DoorDash got just sent a notification $3 bonus for each order. I bet the payout is still going to be the typical DoorDash payout. Oh, I haven't seen that, but I really haven't checked my emails today. I so Tuesdays are besides being here with you guys are my days off. And I literally disconnect. I disconnect from the world. I don't typically look at my phone too often. At least I try not to. I try to be present with my family on Tuesdays, so I haven't really seen any emails, but I'll have to check my email for that. Um, you guys will see in tomorrow's video that Spark sent out an incentive, well, an extra, I'll call it extra pay for the gas price hike that's been happening across the nation. It's based off of your area and your region, um, but yeah, it is that email. So it'll be in my video for tomorrow that I release tomorrow. So Tony, driven dad, do you believe Spark gives batch priority to certain metrics, or do you think that batch is released all at once? I can't figure it out to be completely honest with you. Like I was for a while, I my metrics were really high with Spark, and I was sitting with an acceptance rate in 70s and above, and then they would give me not so good orders, and then it would just take a couple of days, and like I would get into like the bad numbers for Spark, but I would still get good $30 orders. They might not come in as often as they were before with higher numbers. But I'm still getting orders, but I feel like that's where multi-apping comes in, and I don't miss a beat if orders don't come in. Like in the morning, I turn on Spark, I turn on Shipt. Those are the two things that I turn on in the morning, and I see if after I drop my daughter off from school, if I can get an order from them. If I don't, I just move automatically on to food delivery, and then I kind of see what comes in throughout the day, and I kind of pick and choose the orders. But do they get priority? They probably do. I've heard they do. I just don't know how relevant it is to what I do with multi-apping. So Henry, you said your round robins drop at the 15th, the 20th, and 25-minute mark. We have 6 Walmarts and 2 drops in each 5 minutes increments. See, I find that really fascinating that um, Walmart's put that up. A lot of Walmarts operate differently. You just have to kind of find your groove and find which ones are operating at the different times. Um, that was my biggest challenge with Walmart was really trying to figure out what the timing drop of the orders were. But and I feel like they're somewhat changing by minutes. Like I said, this week I had um the regular food deliveries drop at the 20th of the hour, and then like the 26th to like the 28th of the hour, that's when the shop and delivers would drop. And then the 30th of the hour was when the batched orders would drop. And then after the batched orders come out, then they would recycle the orders that people didn't want to take for the first come, first serve. And then it's usually like the 55 of the hour was when they would start upping the prices on the orders that no one would want to take, and they would do it by dollar increments every 3 minutes until they got to like $8, and then it goes away, and then it starts in the next hour because no one had taken the next hour. So So anyway. Okay, so Uber Eats is genius lately. They batch low tip and bangers, $18 to $20 orders for 2 stops. I think a lot of them are doing it. I just don't think, well, Uber Eats, I think, is genius because you can't figure out which order is the higher paying and lower paying order at all until after you are actually done with the order. That's when you figure it out. So, and yes, I'm sorry, I'm going to get to this real quick. So Christopher Taylor, BTW, happy Father's Day to all the dads watching. So yes, first of all, because I'm going to be wrapping up in a little bit anyway. So guys, I wish every father that is out there tonight and who listens to me, and any dad that's out there, any father figure that's out there, happy Father's Day. You guys have a special place in your loved one's heart. So go and celebrate and enjoy Sunday. And well, I'll say cheers, but I wish it was an actual cocktail, but cheers. And my hat's off to you. Enjoy Father's Day and have a happy Father's Day. Okay. So Anthony, you didn't get the timer yet. I don't know whether they were testing it out in certain markets. I'm not sure. So it would be interesting to see if it's something that they actually roll out or if it's, something they were testing or if it's coming. I don't know. It should be very interesting the next couple months. Okay, guys, I am wrapping up for tonight. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you haven't done it already, before you leave tonight, don't forget to give this live a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Everybody have a happy Father's Day. Everybody have a good week. Go make some money. And guys, if you're driving, please stay safe and healthy. Remember, kindness is always free. I love you guys, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye, everyone. Peace.